What's up guys, Matt here, and this is vlog number 56. Okay, in today's vlog, we had a few people basically ask the same question. The question was, Matt, when you were first starting your business, how did you do everything? How did you create the designs? How did you create all the orders? How did you take all the orders? How did you keep up with social media? How did you do all of these different things that you're telling us to do? And I think that's a great question because it's different for everybody and it isn't easy no matter which way you look at it. So there's so many different things to be doing. What I really focused on off the start, and Lorene and I, is we were still working full-time jobs, remember. So this wasn't the only thing we did. So it's not like we had the entire day to do this stuff, all right? So we would work our full-time job, and then we would come home and start the business side of it. And we had newborns, so it wasn't easy, okay? So believe me, if you're starting a business of any kind, okay, a business of any kind, the last thing it is easy, as many of you know, okay? So every single business out there, no matter what you're doing, however hard here's the great thing about it, here's what motivates me about it. The harder that I work, the longer that I work, and the more that I work, I know it's benefiting my business. And in the long run, it's going to help me, okay? It's going to help the business. It's going to help our family. Where sometimes you get stuck in these other jobs where the harder you work, you might have the exact same position as someone else. I always use a teacher as one thing. And honestly, I felt bad as a teacher, okay? And I'll tell you why. I was a physical education weightlifting teacher. So basically, my job all day was still important because kids need to stay fit and they need to stay active and they're going to live a longer and healthier life. But I loved what I did because what my job was? I would go into the weight room and I would work out with the kids because they see that when the teacher works out with them, then it motivates them to work out. Oh, they're doing it, I can do it too. And I always kind of tried to lead by example even in my classes. Same thing when we would team sports. We would go out and we would play flag football or we would play soccer and I would play with them. I was never the teacher that just kind of stood off to the side and did whatever and didn't pay attention, or I was involved and wanted to be active with them because I enjoyed that stuff. I looked at it as it was like recess time to me, right? So I always felt bad that I was a physical education teacher or a weightlifting coach and I got to go work out or I got to go play flag football and play tennis and play all these different sports with the kids and keep them active and fit, where there's English teachers that are having to go home and grade papers for 5 hours a night, and math teachers and all these other teachers that when they leave the school, they have to go home and do a lot of work, right? And I kind of felt bad that I was getting paid just as much as they were, right? It didn't really seem fair, but I wasn't going to complain about it because I loved doing what I did. But there's also other physical education teachers out there that do just sit and do nothing, and same thing possibly with the English teachers that don't. So, with your own business, it's a similar thing. Like, what I really love about, you always hear people say, oh, you own your own business. You can just take off whenever you want and work whenever you want. And I say, you're right. I can work whenever I want, which is 22 hours a day to make it a successful business. And unfortunately, there were many, 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 many full, nonstop, overnight 24, 48-hour days when we would have big orders come in. And unfortunately, that's just part of it. Luckily with me, and some of you guys are probably the same way, when you get those big orders in, right, you get that adrenaline rush and you're like, oh my goodness, I just got my first 100 decal order. I just got my first 1,000 decal order. I'm going to stay up all night. And I would be working on these decals, and Lorene would go to sleep earlier because she's got the kids and everything in the morning. And we kind of teamed up and teamed together as far as different things that we would do. And I wouldn't even blink an eye, and next thing I know, the sun's rising, and I have no clue what time it is, okay? Because I'm just knocking out these decals, and I was so motivated to do it because and not everybody's like that, I understand that, but luckily that's the way my personality is when I have a business like this, like I used to be, and I've never really told anybody this because it didn't really ever pertain to anything. I used to be really big into video games, and I would, before I started my business side of it, I would teach, and then I would come home and I would play video games for 10 hours straight, right? And I loved like the football, Madden, video games, and all these things, like probably a lot of your kids. And that's all I did through college when I played college baseball, and that was all the team would come, and then we would play video games all night. And then once I built the business, I would think to myself, okay, I can either sit over in this room and play video games all night, or I can grow this business and try to make money and try to build a business so I can retire from teaching and do just this. And that's what I did. I just completely stopped playing the video game side of it and focused on learning everything I could. And you guys know how it is. When you want to learn something, it's easy to learn. When I was in history class in school or all these different things, I'm half asleep and I can't remember any of these dates or any of this stuff. But if you tell me or ask me somebody's batting average from 4 years ago, I'll probably know the batting average because those are things that I want to remember and want to learn. Same thing with the business side of it. So, like you guys know, I had no background in it, but the biggest thing is just working. My goal is always to strive to work harder than everybody else. I know nothing will ever be given to me, and I don't want anything given to me. I want to earn it. So my main goal, just like doing this vlog, is to do something that's different, right? And that's the main thing you guys got to think of, is do something that's different. How many, you guys tell me right now, tell me in the comments, how many other suppliers and distributors out there like ourselves that sells heat transfer vinyls and vinyl cutters and all these things has ever done 56 days in a row without missing days of vlogs sharing their business experience and not trying to sell you stuff, right? I'm not trying to sell you stuff. I'm just trying to help you. And that's, again, I thought of this and I was like, man, I can do something different and I can educate and give ideas and hopefully inspire other businesses out there, which is what I'm trying to do with these vlogs and try to give you ideas. So when it comes to doing all of these things, it's mainly your time management. We know that there's not enough time in the day, okay? We've all come to that conclusion. We all wish there was 36 hours in a day, but unfortunately, I don't think it's going to happen. I wish it could, but I don't think it's going to happen. So now you got to manage that time wisely, okay? So what I used to do is first thing in the morning, I would knock out all the emails. And I would set aside a amount of time to knock out all the emails. Then I would make and do all the Facebook comments. Then I would set up kind of what our giveaway is going to be for that day or that week or whatever it is, because I want to pull some new customers in and get them to share and like and everything on the giveaway, which again slowly built up. And then once I would always try to do the communication part of it first, because if you just go into orders, you have possible orders in emails and phone calls and different things that you don't want to wait till the end of the day for that. I would rather call them first thing in the morning, even if I leave a voicemail or email, and them know that I'm responding back to them right away to get that possible business. So I would always do the communication part of it early in the morning, first thing, and then I would start knocking out the social media side of it, and then I would get into where I'm creating all of the orders and stuff. So that's kind of the way that I did it, but again, you're never going to have enough time to do it all, so you really need to focus on what's working for you and what you want to focus on most, okay? And that's the same way when I bought, like I did a vlog a while back as far as I bought all this different equipment and the embroidery machine and sublimation and the print cut machine and all these different things, right? And like I said, instead of being really good and finding a niche at a few things, I sucked at everything, right? And I always say that because it's funny, but it's true, because I wasn't good at anything. I was kind of half-assing everything. So I stopped using that embroidery. Even though I invested that much money in the embroidery machine, I stopped using that. And then the sublimation machine, it dried up and all these different things. And I went back to focusing on what was successful, okay? So when you are a 1 or a 2-man team, if with your spouse or whoever it is, stick with what you're really good at, grow that as much as you can, and then that's when you can eventually start growing into other areas like the embroidery or the sublimate. Because here's the thing, as you're growing that business, you know that there's going to be more orders coming in and you can't handle it all. Like Lorene and I couldn't handle it all. So at that point, you need to say, okay, I'm really good at heat transfer vinyl and the vinyl card decals. I'm ready to move into the sublimation. I'm ready to go into the direct to garment or the print cut or screen printing or whatever you're doing. And that's where you say, okay, if I'm going to do this, I need to do it right, and I need to find someone that knows how to screen print or knows how to embroider or knows how to do this, and then start giving up some of that responsibility to an employee, even if it's just part-time off the start, as you're building that side of the business. And then as that side of the business gets larger and larger, then hopefully you can hire them on as a full-time employee. So don't think that you can do everything and it's all going to be amazing and perfect, because it's not going to happen, okay? So don't get frustrated with it, but don't give up on it either. Do as much as you possibly can and work as hard as you can. And there's going to be times where you don't deliver and you don't get an order done in time, and it's happened with you guys even at the Rhinestone World. What I figured out that a lot of companies have not figured out yet is don't try to lie about it and just be honest with your customer base. Like, if we do something and it isn't delivered and when they say, then obviously we're going to apologize. We're going to fix it and we're going to give them something free or try to make up for the inconvenience of it. Because if it was something that was our fault, then I want to not only fix it, but maybe give them a little bit more of something because we're not perfect and we're not going to be perfect. And our customers should know that we're not perfect. So how frustrated do you guys get when you order something, even if it's something else on Amazon? You get Amazon Prime. It's supposed to be there in 2 days, and of course it doesn't show up. Well, it doesn't show up. You can return it, or you can get it in the 3 or 4 days when it shows up. There's nothing bonus on top of that, and it's frustrating sometimes. So think of, when you're running your business, think of what you would do in that situation if you were the customer. Don't always think about your business and the bottom line side of it and making money. Think of taking care of your customer base on it and being honest with them. So hopefully I kind of answered the questions as far as doing everything. You can't do it. You're going to work a lot. Yes, you are. And when people say, hey, you have your own business, you can work whenever you want, we know what that means. It means we can work every day, never have a day off, and never go on vacation without thinking about it. And we can go to sleep every single night thinking about our business, because we do. It never shuts off, right? It's not like when I was at the school system, I would leave at 3 o'clock. I didn't even think about that school until the next morning at 7 o'clock. It didn't even cross my mind. Now, the business never leaves my mind, okay? And that's a good thing, okay? That's what you want. If this is what you want to do the rest of your life and grow it to where it's the only thing that you're doing, or if it's already the only thing you're doing for it to be successful, that's the way it should be, okay? You should love what you're doing and be excited about it. If you're not, then you have zero chance of your business being successful. If you're just doing it because you think it's going to be easy and you want to make a lot of money, I would recommend not doing it, because you will not be successful. And it's not just in the shirt business, it's in any business that you do. If you just think, hey, I started a business, it's going to be successful and I'm going to make money and I can work whenever I want, zero chance, that much, zero chance of you being successful with it, okay? All right, crew. Hopefully I answered your question. Of course, I'm going to be honest. Hopefully you guys get something from it. And make sure, of course, to comment below. And I have, like I promised, vlog 56, a full roll of Magic Flock template material and 5 feet of Magic Flock template material to give away for those of you who liked and commented on vlog number 54. So let's give that away real quick. our winner for 5 feet, okay, the smaller one, 5 feet of Magic Flock template material with your next order on the website, therhinestoneworld.com, that requires shipping. Just put it in your custom notes. And our winner for that is... And our winner for the full 5 yards of Magic Flock template material with your next order that requires shipping on the website, just for commenting on one of our vlogs. And the winner for the full 5-yard roll of Magic Flock template material, $65 value, is... There you go. How easy was that? 2 lucky winners, awesome winners. Winners, make sure to put in your custom notes on your next order that requires shipping what you won. We'll write it down. We'll include that in your box for you. Okay? So thanks again, guys, for watching. Comment below for some questions. Give me some more questions for some future vlogs here. Comment right there. Boom, 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 boom. And, of course, please, 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 to see all the vlogs and make it easy for you, subscribe to the YouTube channel right there. To see yesterday's vlog, check out right there. To see the whole playlist of all the vlogs, click right there. And to see the website, therhinestoneworld.com, if you've never seen it, because it's the best website in the world, click right there. Thanks for watching, guys. I will be back tomorrow. Later.